Yeah, they've got a lot of swagger right now, and you know their defense I thought was pretty dominant pretty early. Denied our exits, denied our movement, out of our end quick, and that put a little bit of extra pressure on us where their forwards could take advantage of some of the forced mistakes. But I thought their D was, and their D is, it's a very, very good group of defensemen, and that's why they're tough to penetrate even moving up the ice. So we our guys haven't faced that to that extent. They were, in my assessment, a little bit or a lot surprised, but I also felt we didn't have guys playing their game. I thought, Dulles and Sammy didn't look good, didn't look like themselves right out of the gate and fought it early. And then you do that against a very good hockey team that has a little bit of swagger right now. It makes it more challenging. I liked our fight to find our game and our fight through it. I think this is a game that will absolutely make us better as a result.
You mentioned fight, Don. That's a game that could have gotten away from you guys just based on their pressure. Turnovers could have led to even more against. But the way that the group handled it and being able to still make a game out of it, you had a lot of posts in the third period. What does that tell you just about the response and just where they're at, after the difficult stretch that you guys had?
Yeah, it was. The way they played, you could have got run out of the building. Any team could have tonight. They're a team that's feeling it right now, and I give our guys credit. Andy was great. He looked like an experienced number one goaltender in there many times. And like I said, I know our guys didn't feel good. I could tell by the way they did things. At the very first shift, just the way they went back for a puck and what they did with it, it was like, oof, we might be in for one right now. And so for us as coaches, we wanted to see them compete and work. And we were able to elevate that. The goal that Olofsson scored, Middlestead-Olofsson, was just a complete foot race, and that's what we needed. We needed to start winning, concentrating on battles, winning battles, and we still were just disjointed, never got in a rhythm, but the battle level was better, and we needed to see that above all else. And so, but not enough out of the gate. And like I said, I think this is going to be a good game for us to take and learn from and make sure we're better because of it.
You guys get frustrated a little bit, and what I'm thinking of is, you come up ice, you get in the zone, gain the zone, and then try to force a pass through what they had set up there, and they would just knock it down and go the other way. Is that starting to get frustrating?
I think we had hoped for. You score 13. I think we had 13 goals the last two games, if I'm not wrong, and it's almost one of those games where you feel like you're just going to show up and score, and you learn really quick at the outset of that game that, oh my gosh, we got to work hard. We forgot that component to it, the work ethic and compete, and that was the difference. And then you're reeling in the game and trying to get back to that, which meant you didn't prepare mentally the right way. And when that happens, you give up a pretty big edge to your competitor, which is what I saw tonight. And it was a fight just to survive and hang in there. Obviously, in the third, we could have got a couple breaks and got back into it, but the first two, we were so far from getting to our game that you have to learn from it.
Coach, 2-9 in games where you're trailing by one in the third period. What's the conversations like during those games, and what's your expectation of that for the team as far as those type of games?
Yeah. Trailing in the NHL is a challenge for every team. The winning percentage for teams trailing going into the third is not high. Like I said, our battle level absolutely rose in the third, but not an ideal spot to be in just statistically throughout the league. And when it happens, you gotta fight.
Would you get an explanation on the last play?
No, because it is not reviewable by the officials under 2 minutes. So under 2 minutes, it goes to to Toronto, so they didn't have an explanation on it. Thank you, guys.